All right, William, here we go. We're back to DEI.
All right.
The board of Apple has joined Costco to say yes to DEI.
Okay.
So let me explain. A bit ago, Costco said, hell no, this is how we do our stuff. And this is how what we believe in, and this is what we're going to do. And they and their board said, no, we're keeping our initiatives. And
Right.
they kind of changed some people's thoughts. And so Apple's board jumped on board to this, right? They jumped into the game and said they are now urging their shareholders to vote against a proposal by the National Center for Public Policy and Research to
Right.
end the
Yeah.
company's diversity, equity, and inclusion
Yeah. It's a
program.
conservative think tank.
Yeah. So, what do you think? I mean, like,
But
here we go. Now we're going the opposite way.
this is shareholder advocacy, right?
Hmm.
So what happens with publicly traded companies is sometimes people will buy up enough shares and they'll basically be able to leverage the company and
Right.
to programmatically. They don't like the CEO. They don't like the direction of the company, but whatever.
Hmm.
Um, and so we're going to see more of this
Yeah.
on both sides. We're going to see this because we've talked about Harley Davidson and
Yeah.
Tractor Supply and John Deere. There's a lot of
And
publicly traded
opposite.
companies in here that their shares can be purchased by liberal, we'll just use liberal and conservative, if you will, liberal folks that would like for these DI programs to not just be funded, but double down, triple down
Hmm.
on these programs, and to hit the lofty goals of having a truly diverse and inclusive
Yeah.
uh, workforce.
Yeah.
And you're also going to have to see the other, and this is an example of conservative, thoughts on DEI, and they just want to. There's a better way in their minds.
It's a better way.
There's a better way to spend money to get to the same thing, or not.
Right.
And the not part is they just don't believe in DEI at all
Right.
at its core. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to see more of this,
Yeah. I
not
do.
less. I think it's just going to be kind of, I hate to say abortion, but I think it's going to be things alike like abortion. It's going to be cultural in the
Hmm.
sense of you're either for it or against it. You're,
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think much is going to change in the companies that are getting rid of this. I think it's all going to be,
right,
time will tell because
right,
time will affect what happens
100%.
here. No, there you go.
All right, Ryan. Well, let's continue the DEI thread because Meta announces end of DEI programs. Read the internal memo. This is at CNBC, and it's on a lot of different sources. But basically, they got a leaked memo
Hmm.
that basically said they'll have less. And they've said, in the last couple of months that they were going to have less of a focus.
Yeah,
Kind of it was fuzzy, like okay, yeah, we're going to focus on belonging and some other stuff, whatever. But this is according to the leaked memo, they're gutting all DEI programs,
hmm,
all.
yeah,
So if you're in that area, that program or staff or whatever, that's
gone.
gone.
Yeah,
Uh, what for
it's
me, Meta is a California company,
hmm,
a California-based company. I'm a bit shocked, actually, at
yeah.
Meta.
So this is interesting. So it shocked because it's in California,
Yes.
right? And it's got California vibes. However, the recent look of Mark Zuckerberg changes my thoughts on him so much. Like
Oh yeah.
he was that nerdy little dude,
Now he's a
and
boomer.
now he's a big nerdy boomer, right? Like, but
See,
he something happened in the
dude.
last year or two where I think he grew up, right? He came out of the Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook in a
Yeah, yeah,
dorm
yeah.
room.
Wearing a hoodie. Got it.
Yeah, and now he's come out to a point of no, I'm Mark Zuckerberg, bitch.
This is an adult company.
And
This is
this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah,
yeah.
we're gonna run the world. And so now he's in politics. He's always, but now he's
Oh
like
yeah.
vocal about it, and I think he feels empowered to be vocal about it. But I now see that happening throughout all the news that we're reading. of the company, right? It's really interesting, and I think that's one to watch because I think I don't know, man. Something's off about this guy. He's I think he's a little jealous of Elon,
100%.
who
And
who
Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
yeah, they've taken over like they look like Doctor Evil, right? Like they look the part. And then you got Zuck, who's always been this like soft little guy, all
Yeah.
this.
No,
He's
he's
like, no,
shredded. Dude,
yeah,
you've seen pictures of his shirt
yeah,
off?
yeah, yeah. Now he's like,
Dude's.
no, I'm here. Here's my hair. Here's my face, and let's go. But he just looks weird to me. I don't know. Work Jam
Hmm.
launches shift bidding for frontline teams. I've been a huge fan of Work Jam since I first met them
Yeah,
at
me
HR
too.
Tech a couple years back. Loved what they were doing. This is just another thing. So it's kind of like not breaking news, but you know what? I love the feature. And this is an issue that happens on both the employer and the employee side for shift working. I can only work certain shifts. My employer has to schedule, has to hire 400 waiters and waitresses
Yeah.
to work and get 140-hour week billed out, right?
Right.
And so, but I might say, I can't work Wednesday and Thursday, or I can't work Tuesday and Monday, but
It's
they schedule me
trigonometry at a
anyway.
certain point. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's difficult. I get that, right? Like, sure, you throw it in a text chain and all, but there's a lot of employees. That's really hard to do. There's software that does this. WorkJam, however, now offers shift bidding.
Oh,
This is awesome
cool.
because now the employee says, "Here's what I can work." Now the manager has the tool set to say, "Here's what everybody can work. Build my schedule."
Yeah.
So it's taking away, this is what I love about this. One, it makes it easy, but two, it's taking away bias and preferential treatment.
Right.
And I haven't seen it live, but from what I'm gathering, this is the problem that a lot of shift workers face. Well, he likes William better, so he gave him 3 to 8
Yeah.
instead of me. I got to work fucking overnight again,
That
right?
could get darker if you wanted to. But
Yeah,
yeah, got
yeah.
it.
Like so, it's a preferential treatment thing, in my opinion, and this solves that. This takes that away and creates a much better environment. And everyone's happy, and everybody gets to work.
I
So
love it. The efficiency part is just, you had
yeah.
me at that. Done.
Yeah, yeah. So check it out, WorkJam. I love Work. We need to get WorkJam on. We talk about
Yeah,
them
we
two or
do.
three times already.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, WorkJam,
Come
come
on.
talk to us.
All right. Let me give you this one. Okay. This is from the Wall Street Journal as well. Balance of power shifts back towards bosses. With
Mm.
tight labor market, workers face return to office mandates, smaller bonuses, and no more pet sick days. I knew I'd
No
have
more
you.
pet sick days.
I knew I'd have you at pet sick days
Fuck
because of
that.
your love of pet insurance. So there's a quote in the article,
I'm
dude.
out.
I literally, I was laughing out loud. And so this is a direct quote. So we'll reintroduce time off for a sick pet in 4 years when the economy changes again. But for now,
Your
you
pet dies.
shouldn't get time off to care for a sick poodle. End quote.
Who
That's
said this?
John Frisch, Frehse. He's a consultant. I think he said what many people are thinking.
Absolutely, he did. Yeah,
So
but it's
he
just
just
it's
to see it in quotes, dude. Like I literally, I'm like, oh,
yeah. Like, all right, so we should get John on. Like John, like I'm with you 1,000,000%. Like I have
sick poodle.
no disagreement with this at all. You don't get off for a sick fucking dog. I get it. But I don't like the idea of we'll bring it back in 4 years when we can.
Yeah,
Like
might
that's
not,
weird. That's
might
weird.
not, might not,
Why not?
might not ever come back.
But I'm with you. I'm actually with him on this. Like
Yeah,
I love my pets. I love all that. But I don't get to take off when my
no,
dog has to go. He has
mm-mm.
bad stomach and just shitting all over the house. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. I'm with you. I'm with you, John. Clearly, William is not. All right, JBS USA, who is a
mm,
leading
lady.
meat processing company, has agreed to provide $4 million
Mm.
support individuals and communities affected by, drum roll please, as my with the add a sound effects. That's a cheap drum roll. There's no sound. Unlawful child labor practices.
Huh.
Turns out
Yeah.
hiring minors is a bad thing.
What?
Now they did not hire them directly, so let's just be clear. By extension, all of their processing plants, however, their facilities that
Right.
they contract with, tends to hire 13-year-old people, which is not allowed. So,
That's why labor unions started, by the way. This is
yeah,
the
yeah,
exact child labor laws.
yeah,
One of the reasons, many
yeah.
reasons, but one of the reasons labor unions
Yeah, so
came
the
about.
DOL found out about this. They got wind. They obviously
Shameful.
didn't work. Not only were they just hiring minors, they were in hazardous, in dangerous situations, using sharp objects,
Yeah.
working with chemicals, all of the above. Like, not a good thing. So I can't say good job JBS for stepping in.
No, no.
You're just
That's
cutting a check because you have to. But this is why the DOL exists, right?
that's
This
right.
is why we're safe. So there you go. Don't hire 13-year-old kids. You'll be
I,
good.
I think that's a fair statement.